everybody. You're watching another edition of Coffee with Cody on the 10After7 podcast. Got the Tall Nitro Cold Brew today, so we're off to a good start. Today I'm going to take you back to January 1st, 2018. Wasn't just a typical New Year's Day for me. This New Year's Day, I decided a couple weeks prior that, hey, me and my brother are trying to figure out what to get each other for Christmas. Here's a little trick. Do you guys have similar interests? Get them a present that you could also enjoy. So I said, you've never been to the Rose Bowl? I went to my first one back in 2009 between USC and Penn State. I said, you got to go. You got to experience it. I'll buy the tickets. Let's do it. Oklahoma versus Georgia. It's part of the 4-team playoff in college football. Baker Mayfield just won a Heisman. Let's go see it live. So I buy the tickets. New Year's Eve, I go over there. We're going to have a light New Year's Eve celebration. Not too many beers. We want to be ready to go early the next morning. I wake up very early, 6 a.m., get that morning run in. I'm feeling good, ready to take on the new year. Come back with a couple breakfast burritos. I go, Dylan, let's go. We got to hit the road. 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m., whatever it was. Game starts at 3. So we go, hit the road. We got a couple beers on us. Get to the parking lot, chug a few, get on the bus to take us to the stadium. We don't have any rooting interest at this point. We're seeing a Heisman Trophy winner, a playoff game. We'll decide who we're betting on when we get in. So we show up. They got pregame festivities. They got TV showing other bowl games. Auburn, Central Florida. They have a whole bunch of games. Throw the ball through the hole. Dance-offs. The whole shebang. We're going. We're walking around, having drinks. Then we get into the stadium. You forget that the Rose Bowl is the mecca of college football. The most beautiful stadium out there. Other than Dodger Stadium, that's the stadium I want to be at. It's just great. In Oklahoma, Georgia, you have two of the blue bloods of college football going head-to-head in this one. So we're going, you know what? Let's bet on Baker Mayfield. Let's just do it. He's coming off the Heisman. This is not going to be his last game ever. It just won't be. So the teams come out. Each side, the pageantry of college football, everyone's cheering. We're in the Georgia section, but a couple Oklahoma fans are around us. And the flyover. If you know me, the flyover is one of the best things about sports. Because you know you're at a huge game when it happens. And this one, the most breathtaking one I've ever witnessed. My mom asked me, oh, well, if it was so breathtaking, why don't you have your phone out? No, we don't take our phone out during the national anthem. No. I happened to work with a guy later who had his phone out and gave me the video. That's all I need. But it's in my head forever. My Twitter picture, background, is forever that flyover, Oklahoma, Georgia. Sky view shot, unreal. So we got Oklahoma first half, and it's a great game. Teams are going back and forth. I believe a big moment right before halftime, a kick goes off. One of the Oklahoma players, Georgia recovers it. It's just got everything involved. And the stars in this game, you got Baker Mayfield, not only him, you got the running backs, Nick Chubb, Sony Michel, Jake Fromm, the freshman, coming in for Georgia at quarterback, trying to lead them to the national championship. Then halftime hits. And I think I've had too many beers. The bands are out there playing. And I'm just sitting there like, by the way, you guys are probably like, man, I'm never going to a sporting event with this guy. Drinks too many beers. No, I was just tired. The 6 a.m. run, the drive there, the bus ride over, just a little bit too much for me. So at halftime, I'm sitting there. I need a nap. I need something. Second half starts. Once again, back and forth. Georgia scores. Oklahoma scores. At this point, it's like 35, 32. I don't want it to end. The crowds are having each of their chants that I've never heard of before. I fall in love with Georgia. I'm going, Dylan, dude. Second half, we need to bet Georgia. This is something I've never seen before. The SEC, when you experience in person, you know that these people breathe and live football. Every second is hanging in a balance for these guys over here. The people I'm sitting next to, an Oklahoma couple. The Oklahoma girl's reeling off plays that they're going to run next. She's going, yeah, I went to the same high school as Baker Mayfield. He's my guy. And she's naming off plays. I think I might have been crushing on her halfway through the game. My brother goes, dude, would you shut up? Watch the game. I'm like, man, I might be in love. You can't stop me from talking to her, man. So the game's going. It's incredible. It goes into overtime. And for the first time when that game went into overtime, I didn't want it to end. And I knew my brother felt the same way. You just didn't want the game to end. Goes into another overtime. And then finally, on the opposite end zone from where we are, Sony Michel breaks one loose. Game over. Georgia wins 54-48. That's the final score of that game. So when I say the teams were trading touchdowns, that's exactly what they were doing. I don't even know if we ended up winning money. I think we might have flip-flopped way too much, maybe came out even. But by the end of that game, I was all about Georgia. I bought this shirt. I bought another shirt. How about them dogs? The chants were just awesome. It's great to be a Georgia Bulldog. I said it's great to be a Georgia Bulldog. That was stuck in my head for months after. Months after. And it's important, man. This game, I don't think I'll ever attend a game more exciting than that one. I went to game one of the World Series in 2017 when the Dodgers were there. Thought that was going to be the greatest game I ever attended. It's not. This one right here, Rose Bowl, January 1st, 2018, nothing will ever top it. Nothing. The experience being around those fans from Oklahoma, Georgia, not having a rooting interest, flip-flopping back and forth of who we're going to bet, watching the teams come in to the stadium, that's one of the coolest things at the Rose Bowl. Watching those two teams come into the stadium off their buses. Incredible. Talking to people from the same city that Jake Fromm was from on the way back to the parking lot on the bus. A whole family took their entire family over to California to the Rose Bowl to watch their Georgia Bulldogs get to the national championship. She said, yeah, Jake Fromm grew up right around the corner from us. Just awesome. It had it all. And when you're at a sporting event and you don't want it to end, that's the key. That right there tells you that it is the greatest game you've ever attended. And going into double overtime, they gave us as much football as we wanted. We ended up after the game going to, I think, Stacked Restaurant, talking to people who also had just got to the game, or came from the game. They're like, man, that was the best game. It was unreal. I can't even explain the feeling. I can't. I tried to. That's why I did the coffee with Cody. I got the tickets still, Rose Bowl tickets. I mean, look at how gorgeous that thing is. Unbelievable. So we want to go back. My brother insists that we go back to the Rose Bowl. I said, man, I don't know if I want to go back to the Rose Bowl because nothing will ever top that game. But I'm sure we'll go back. I know the national championship's there in 2021, so we'll see what happens. But remember that. If you have a sibling and you need to get them a Christmas present, get something you can enjoy too. That's all I have for Coffee with Cody today. The greatest game I've ever attended and maybe will ever attend in my life. You can follow me on Twitter at 10After7 or on Instagram at 10_after7. Woo! Go Dodgers.